buckle up, because it's going to be a long ride. It's going to be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're going to tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats. I can't believe we're back here.
I know. It's been so long. It's like
Did you notice I got my hair cut? You haven't said anything.
You did get it cut. I love it.
See, it's too short.
Does it? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, girl. Does it feel like nice and bouncy now?
Yeah, it feels a lot better.
Your hair was so long.
I hadn't cut
really
since
long.
March 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. Oh my god. At first I thought I was about to say 2020 and I was like, no.
That's wild.
That would have been crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
March 2020.
If the pandemic
started and then
your hair is as long as COVID. That would have been crazy.
As long as COVID. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm Katie.
I'm McKay.
We don't have our sunglasses. Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
I'd like to maybe get laser eye surgery, but how the fuck does anyone laser eye surgery? Genuine question.
Yeah, or like if your kid needs braces, you don't need braces. So you're not getting braces because that's literally $5,000.
Yeah. Also because you want to know why? You'll stop wearing your retainer and your teeth start to chip together like mine have.
Yeah, I know.
And I even wear my retainer.
Because I know. I wear my retainer now too. But I have to get past this because I never wear it when I sleep next to Corinne. But like we're in a long distance relationship, but like once we're together, like I'm gonna need to sleep with it on.
That'll just be a hurdle you'll have to
get through. Hills and mountains and valleys.
It's your Vietnam.
Bathed in his blood. It's your Vietnam. Oh my god. Okay. Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. Did we already do it? We already did it. Okay. It's our 3-year anniversary. Yay. And
wow.
this episode is commemorating our friendship, our love, our long-lasting relationship. This podcast as well.
And all that on top of it. Yes.
The 3 years that we've been doing this, and it's just so lovely. And come along with us on our journey of our 3-year anniversary podcast. Okay.
Yes.
Your turn to talk.
I
don't want to say anything anymore.
Well, that's going to be a problem, seeing as you have to talk in this. But today, this is kind of an unorganized episode because it's just kind of thrown together. Honestly, the weather has kind of thrown a wrench in some of Katie and I's plans while she's been home. And we don't have like a ton of time to record, but we obviously wanted to do our 3-year anniversary episode when we could like be together. So we're going to just do this episode together. I put together a little bracket of all of the 30 things. So we had more episodes this year, but I didn't include things like our Oscar predictions or like our random ass episodes that we do here and there. But I put together a little bracket, like March Madness style, and we're gonna rank everything that we've covered this year until we find the best thing that we've covered all year.
Okay, wow.
And yeah, I think we'll just kind of go from there.
Amazing. Yeah, I just have some like general overall questions because it's nice to reflect on the year, and it's just nice that our anniversary kind of falls around the end of the year, and we talk about a lot of media throughout one year, and it's nice to just like look back and reflect. And also, we're not able to cover everything that there is out there that we are also like watching and consuming. We consume so much more than what we're actually able to cover on the podcast. So yeah, it's just nice to have an episode where we like have all those honorable mentions that we don't necessarily talk about. We're individual people too, and we have, I have things that I watch that Michaela doesn't watch, and vice versa. Or do we have a check-in?
Oh,
Merry Christmas, or whatever
Merry
you
Christmas.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate. Whatever you celebrate.
I mean,
whatever you celebrate.
Yeah.
Happy that.
I don't really have much. I had a very nice Christmas. My entire family, well, not my entire family, like my parents, my brother, sister-in-law, and nephew were all in, and we spent Christmas together, and that was just like a really fun day. My nephew's 2.5, or he's gonna be 3 in April next year, so he's just like very fun. Like he was a lot of fun unwrapping everyone's gifts. I got him one of his favorite presents. I got him these dinosaurs, and he is obsessed with them. I didn't even know that they were from his favorite show, so that was like double accidental score. And he loved them, and that was really fun and cute, and And I also have a Lightning McQueen tattoo from him because I got to have Lightning McQueen because that's how fucking special I am. Yeah, it was just like a really nice Christmas, very chill, but I'm mostly happy that you're here. Just even if we only get to see each other today, it was still fun. So.
Yeah, I know. I wish we had more time. Stupid, snowy, blowy, cold weather.
Yeah.
But thankful that my flights were all good getting here. So then once I touched down, the snow began to fall and we were all snowed in literally until today. So we're hanging and that's fine. It was a good, chill Christmas. I'm jealous of your gifts now coming over here. I was like, I really cleaned up this Christmas. I got a lot of good stuff. And then I came over here and I was like, I want a fucking air fryer. I want a fucking comfy. I'm wearing all of MICHAE'S gifts. I'm wearing her, well, this was from her birthday. Comfy, and I'm wearing her slippers. Which I
They're
love.
nice slippers.
This is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Great.
Shall we do the bracket?
Yeah, let's do the bracket.
Okay. We have 2022 Popcorn Chats coverage showdown. So we obviously had, I don't know how many episodes we had this year. I didn't count, but we have 30 items here to rank. So 2 at the bottom get automatic wins on the first round, but everything else we're going to battle for. And here's the thing. We're not going to do 2 individual ones. This is one collective bracket. So we will have to agree and have to fight for our, I don't know if there will be many fights about like what we feel strongly about moving forward, but we're gonna do it. So anyways, these are also just in order from January to December, so I didn't like group anything together to make it easier. It's just straight up what we covered in the order. So first up on this side, Euphoria season 2, we covered episode by episode at the beginning of the year. That was our first episodes we did, and then The Batman was our first new movie that we covered this year.
Okay, so we're going now.
Yeah,
my vote would have to be Euphoria season 2. I love Robert Pattinson, new Batman, but it's gotta be Euphoria season 2. Those are some of our best performing episodes, and I actually just recently rewatched it, and I fucking lie less.
Yes.
I have a new perspective on it.
I'm gonna agree. I liked The Batman. It was a good movie, but I mean, it's not gonna compete with Euphoria.
No.
So even like Euphoria season 2, I have not rewatched it since, and I would like to, but Katie and I think, are going to be doing a Euphoria rewatch, so I'm gonna hold out until then. But I mean, yeah, Batman's not gonna beat that.
It was such a fun time, like when everybody in the world seemed like they were watching Euphoria season 2.
It really did.
It was a good way to start this year.
And like you said, good episodes. So.
Yeah.
Then next, we had our first drunk Disney episode of the year for High School Musical 3, and then Bridgerton season 2. We didn't do episode by episode coverage. We just did as a whole for that.
That's hard.
I feel like High School Musical 3 has the nostalgia. But Bridgerton season 2 for me felt revolutionary.
Yeah.
Like I felt that. I don't know why that season just like
it did really do something to you.
It did. My vote would be for Bridgerton season 2.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I mean, Bridgerton is such a great show, and I love talking about it with you.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely for that.
So Bridgerton?
Season 2. Yeah, that was a good second season.
It was. And I'm very excited for Bridgerton season 3. But season 2 I feel like was superior to season 1. Now, okay, then we had Girl from Plainville, which was the series about the true crime case about the girl who like encouraged her boyfriend to commit suicide over text message. We didn't cover the full show. I think we covered the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't think either of us ever finished the show after that. And then Deep Water, which was a thriller with Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas and Jacob Elordi. Honestly, couldn't tell you anything about that movie.
Yeah,
but
I just remember like waiting for the shoe to drop in that, and it never did. And and when it was like, oh no, it already dropped, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It had the potential to be like way more cool, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, although The Girl from Plainville wasn't gripping enough for me to like continue watching it after we covered it on the pod, I do remember being intrigued by it. I connected to that story just because I was such a fan of Glee, and I remember the grief I felt when Cory Monteith passed away. So it was like, I was intrigued by it for that purpose and that purpose alone, but it's not like it was providing any more like information about that situation. So I think I might have just like lost interest. And it was also really depressing.
It was.
And I had just moved to LA, and I was like, I can't like
it just like was a downer
right now. Yeah.
Deep Water was not anything revolutionary at all, but honestly, at least when I think about it, it doesn't make me feel like gloomy inside.
Yeah.
So and also just like points for hot people.
Yeah, Ana de Armas is an amazing actress.
and Jacob Elordi, so...
Right, yeah, we could just vote that one forward.
My vote would be for Deepwater purely because it doesn't make me feel sad.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay. But I didn't have, like, strong feelings about that one, so I was like, if we go the other way, honestly, fine. Next up, we have kind of our first oddball pairing. So we have Lemonade Mouth, which was another Drunk Disney episode, and then Game of Thrones Season 1. This was when we began our our Game of Thrones rewatch coverage leading up to the premiere of House of the Dragon in August of this past year, which is wild to think about that was back in August already. Like, absolutely insane. But yeah, so Lemonade Mouth versus Game of Thrones Season 1.
It's gonna be an easy Game of Thrones Season 1.
Yeah.
Lemonade Mouth was what it was.
It was what it was. I mean, maybe if you put it up against... If it would have been Lemonade Mouth versus Deepwater, honestly might have gone Lemonade Mouth.
Yeah.
But when you're putting it up against Game of Thrones...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, literally definitely blacked out for 365 days. Part 2. Don't remember. I could not tell you a single thing about that.
Yeah. No.
I don't think we finished. I don't think I watched. Oh, maybe I said I was gonna try to watch the first one, and then I just didn't.
Yeah, it's basically a music video, and then it ends with her being shot at the end because he has an evil twin.
That's what the second one was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that was crazy. So that was
yeah.
between 365 Days Part 2 and Game of Thrones Season 2. Obviously, Game of Thrones Season 2 wins out over that.
Up next, then we got Game of Thrones Season 3 versus Kenobi, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Yeah. On Disney Plus. And here's the thing, I fucking love Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, I loved that show. I love Star Wars. I love the prequels. The joy that I got seeing Anakin Skywalker back on my screen. You can have some of those. Katie just found a York peppermint patty in my Santa bowl. Like, as much as I love that story, and I think that scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader is absolutely incredible, the show just, like, it doesn't hold up to me. Like, the movies are just superior. If it would have been, like, the Star Wars prequel movies versus Game of Thrones Season 3, I would have had to, like, fight for Star Wars, but honestly, I would pick Game of Thrones over Kenobi.
Game of Thrones Season 3, too.
It's such a good season. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best seasons of that show.
Yes, Kenobi was fun for me to watch because I, like, understood everything that was going on, and I really liked the introduction of characters that we haven't seen before. And then obviously that scene between Kenobi and Darth Vader at the end where Anakin's mask comes off, that scene between the two of them in the finale episode is so good. And I've rewatched it several times since then. But Game of Thrones Season 3 is, like, one of the best of the show. So
yeah.
I'll vote for that.
Yep, I agree. Then we got Game of Thrones Season 4 versus First Kill. We watched that entire first and only season. That show did end up getting canceled on Netflix.
I mean, obviously it's gonna be Game of Thrones Season 4, but I will just say First Kill was fun to watch. Netflix is homophobic towards lesbians. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. See, like, the show, like, is the show great?
No.
No. But also, don't just cancel queer content.
There's, like, other shows, not necessarily First Kill. Like, for First Kill, I understand why it was canceled. But there are other shows that, like, Warrior Nun. The first season wasn't gay, and then it got renewed for a second season, and the main character is gay now, and now it's canceled.
And then at the bottom here, Princess Protection Program.
I forgot we did that.
That one is unattested, so it's automatically because it's how it's shaped out. So that one automatically gets to go to the next round. So we will jump over to this side here. So now we have Game of Thrones Season 5 versus Game of Thrones Season 6. I mean, Game of Thrones going against Game of Thrones. Personally, Season 6 for me has one of my favorite episodes, has probably my favorite episode of all time. So I would have to fight for Season 6, and we also get the Jon and Sansa reunion in Season 6, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But Season 5 has great moments too, so...
No, I would go for Season 6 because of the reunion.
Okay.
And Sansa just, like, having her fucking moment.
It is. It's a great Sansa season. And then we have Game of Thrones Season 7 versus the Disney Channel original movie starring Corbin Bleu and Keke Palmer. Jump in.
Okay, Season 7 of Game of Thrones is really fucking good.
It is.
That's, like, the last good season.
Yeah. I mean, Jump In is
Generally.
great, but it's not going to beat season 7.
It's gonna be all Game of Thrones shit. Till the
I
very
know,
end, till the
honestly.
bitter end.
But here we go. So now we have Game of Thrones season 8 versus House of the Dragon season 1.
Oh, bitch, it's gonna be House of the Dragon season 1.
It is. It is.
Yep.
It really is.
That's a good one to go up against.
Oh,
Oh,
get
what
out.
the hell?
Get out.
What in the hell?
Get out right now. House of the Dragon, I just have started rewatching it, and that pilot episode is so much. I mean, not that I didn't love it on the first watch, but it's so much richer on the rewatch because you understand things and you have the big picture in mind. Especially like the Daemon Otto rivalry that I didn't realize ran so deeply. Like I just thought that they like didn't like each other, but they have literally hated each other from day one. And
make them face off on the bridge better later on.
It does, yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. And season 8, we discussed our issues with it. Mm-hmm. We discussed the good things about it.
Yeah, we had many loves about that season.
Yes.
But House of the Dragon season 1, like rising from the ashes of season 8 of Game of Thrones, not to be dramatic, but like it could have been botched.
It could have, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
that had to win.
It like reignited people's like love for this series too. Overall, there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, and I think maybe people who never watched original Game of Thrones are maybe interested in giving this a go and like trying to dive into this universe now. If they were like, well, I'm not going to watch Game of Thrones. Maybe now it's like, are you going to try House of the Dragon? Then we have Spin Me Round, one of the most random ass movies I feel like we watched this year.
My fault again.
And no, I mean, no shade, no tea. And then Minutemen.
Okay, I'm gonna just vote for Spin Me. Both of these were my ideas, and they're both botched. I can admit that. I'm gonna vote Spin Me Round just because Aubrey Plaza is really hot. That's literally the only reason. Minutemen was not as good on the rewatch.
I didn't care for Minutemen, but I also didn't really care for Spin Me Round.
I didn't care for it either, but listen, Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, she's hot, so... Fair. And then we have Don't Worry Darling versus After Ever Happy. Also, did you see they have a first trailer for the After Everything, the 5th After movie?
Okay, wait, is that part 2 of the finale? Yeah. Okay.
So,
at least whatever. I have no qualms. I like watching those.
No, I do too.
I'm gonna do that.
The trailer got me kind of pumped, honestly.
I'm literally gonna get high and rewatch all of them when I get back to Cali.
That sounds perfect.
Right?
Perfect. And honestly, it's one of my most anticipated films of 2023.
Fuck yeah.
Fight me. But anyways, Don't Worry Darling versus After Ever. Honestly, I could make an argument for both of these.
If I had to choose one to rewatch right now, I would choose to rewatch After Ever Happy.
I think I might too.
I need to sneeze.
Bless you. Here's the thing. Bless you.
I wanted to use my hat. Now you're comfy.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Sweet.
Mascot.
Here's the thing. Don't Worry Darling stylistically is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's a beautiful film.
And Florence.
Pugh. And Harry Styles is hot. And Gemma Chan, hot. Underutilized, but hot. Chris Pine, also hot. Here's the thing. I think Don't Worry Darling, I rewatched it with Allie and Olivia on my birthday when we were crafting. And when I was watching it again, it feels like Passengers to me. Where when you and I watch Passengers, we're like, we could make this so much cooler. Yeah. And that's how I feel with Don't Worry Darling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where After Ever Happy, I'm in it for the vibes. I'm enjoying this dramatic, toxic relationship.
And there's nothing, I'm not thinking during that.
No.
I'm not like, I would redo this, that. I remember feeling that way when I watched Don't Worry Darling for the first time. I was like, oh, okay, so this is what this world is, and that's what you did with that?
Yeah.
Like that's what you did with that massive budget? Like,
yeah.
what?
It just had so much potential. The idea has so much more to it.
Yeah, the concept is so good. So it's like, what the fuck?
So are we choosing
Yeah.
After Ever Happy?
It is.
It is. It's After Ever Happy.
You know what?
For us.
Don't come for us. Everybody, this is our show.
And honestly, I don't fucking care because it is. It's a vibe. And even with Miss Langford's bangs in this one, it's still
the vibe.
Then we started our Pretty Little Liars rewatch coverage. So we have Pretty Little Liars season 1 versus Causeway, the Jennifer Lawrence new movie that we watched for my birthday. Jennifer, I love you. I'm never gonna rewatch that movie.
Me neither.
And I've rewatched the first season of Pretty Little Liars like maybe 5 times.
Yeah, and I'm loving that rewatch series. It's so fire.
You know what? This is our cinema.
Season 1B.
Phenomenal.
Fucking fire, bro.
Yeah.
That week that we were watching that, I was like mentally aligned with my spirit guide.
It's taking you to
the best
new
way
levels.
to describe it for me. Like intellectually accelerated.
Yeah. I mean, Not intellectually accelerated. That like just processed that came out of your mouth.
I also said mentally aligned with my spirit guide.
Yeah. I mean, it's opening up new portals to you.
It really is.
So, you know what? Yeah.
It's because the moms are so hot.
Oh my god, Veronica. I'm really loving Veronica. I think I really just like her kind of like masculine energy.
Okay.
I'm kind of into it.
Okay, yeah. Bye.
Then we have Paul Blart Mall Cop, which we watched for Thanksgiving, and then Falling for Christmas.
I choose Falling for Christmas. Paul Blart is for Republicans. I have decided.
Honestly, both are like not good, but I feel like at least with Falling for Christmas, it's like campy and it works with its moment in time. Like it serves its purpose of being a holiday.
Yeah,
you know.
It's fucking Lindsay. Are you kidding?
So, and then running unattested once again is PLL season 2. We've only covered the first half of season 2, but I put it on here because we've already started it.
All right.
So that completes round 1 of this bracket. I feel like this might be one of our toughest choices yet, up at the top here.
Yes.
Which is Euphoria season 2 versus Bridgerton season 2.
For me, it's gonna be Euphoria season 2.
And for me, I think it would be Bridgerton season 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's because 1, I haven't rewatched Euphoria season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love Kate and Anthony.
Yeah.
So much.
When did we watch that? Was that before I went to LA?
I don't know when that came out.
Euphoria season 2, like the writing is so good and the stylistic choices are so good.
March 31st is when we did Bridgerton season 2.
Wow.
That episode. So you would have been to LA.
Yeah, I would have been there. Damn.
I feel like when I think of Bridgerton, I feel like it has everything. It has amazing acting, amazing costumes, amazing score, amazing sets, amazing direction, amazing cinematography. Not saying that Euphoria doesn't have those things, but Bridgerton season 2 also doesn't have plot holes.
Yeah.
How has it been bad on the rewatch, like noticing things?
No,
or
upon the rewatch and also like watching season 1 and then immediately going in to watch season 2, like binging it all, there's less plot holes that I notice.
Okay.
But also I get really high and I feel like I understand it better when I'm really high. Or just like I'm just like I get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I'll go with Euphoria on this one.
Because you know it's a masterpiece.
It is. I think Bridgerton is also a masterpiece.
I agree.
Yeah. It's mostly because I also love Euphoria. Like, just because I'm fighting for Bridgerton doesn't mean that I love Euphoria any less. Like, it is one of my favorite shows ever. And also, I digress because there's no way that it's beating Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So, like, fine. It can, like, go there. Deepwater versus Game of Thrones season
GOT,
1.
Season 1, easy peasy, get her up.
But then we got season 2 versus season 3.
I'm gonna say season 3.
But this one I think is gonna be another hard one. Game of Thrones season 4 versus Princess Protection Program.
I think it's gonna be season 4. That's
Really?
hard. That's really hard, but
there's that, and then back to the other side. Game of Thrones season 6 versus Game of Thrones season 7.
that's a hard one.
Tricky.
7 is where all the reunions happen.
Yeah.
And I get really emotional during that.
Hello,
baby.
Oh my goodness! Do you remember when you was just an itty bitty baby and you used to come interrupt?
Yeah, he used to put his booty hole in the camera.
Oh, do you want Jack Daniel's lemonade? Do you want to say hi to Auntie Katie? Hi, baby.
He's like, no.
I think I would still argue for season 6 because I think season 6 as a whole is just like an amazing season. But season 7 is really good too. Because I do like a lot of the reunions, but I do think that the John and Sansa reunion is my favorite reunion of all of the reunions, and that happens in season 6.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Although, but like the stuff with Littlefinger, with like can you, sir, with like sir, with Arya and Sansa owning Littlefinger in season 7, that's great.
Yeah, I don't like Arya's storyline as much in season 6
because you don't like the faceless men.
No, I mean it's fine for her journey, but it's just like a stop in the journey. No, we can do season 6.
I think I like Dany better in season 6 too.
Yeah, Dany starts to get annoying.
And then House of the Dragon season 1 versus Spin Me Round.
We'll do House of the Dragon season 1.
Yeah. And then After Ever Happy versus Pretty Little Liars season 1. A genuine toss-up.
A genuine toss-up. Yes. But
honestly, both strong.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Both strong cinema. I'm like cold but sweating.
Really? Weird. Are you sick?
No.
Are you feverish?
No.
You do feel warm.
Oh no.
I just got a thermometer for Christmas because I didn't have one. And my mom was like,
another present I'm jealous of.
well, because I didn't have one. And a couple weeks ago when I had my really bad cold and I'm like, I think I have a fever. And I called my mom and I just said, I'm like, I think I have a fever, but I don't know. So then when I opened that up, she was like, oh, because then you called me and you were like, I can't tell if I have a fever. And I'm like, bitch, I did not sound like that. I quite literally just said, I think I have a fever, but I don't know. Falling for Christmas or Pretty Little Liars season 2.
PLL season 2.
Now we're down to the Elite 8. So Euphoria season 2 versus Game of Thrones season 1.
Game of Thrones season 1.
Would you really choose that?
Uh-huh.
Wow, okay. I thought that you might want Euphoria. Because, like, the first season's good. It's not, like, the best. But season 3 versus season 4. Honestly, what happens in season 4?
I know. That's what it is for me, too. I think season 3, it's just, like, it's hard to go up against season 3 because that's, like, when Dany has her moment with the Valyrian dude.
Is that season 3?
Yeah.
Is it? Wow. And then that's also the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
And that's Arya and the Hound on their little journey.
Mm-hmm.
Joffrey in his, like, prime dick level.
Mm-hmm.
The most memorable thing I can remember about season 4 is the Purple Wedding. And then Sansa's whisked away with Littlefinger and then they go to see Lady Arryn, the titty sucker lady.
I don't love that.
So, season 3. Okay. Then we got Game of Thrones season 6 versus House of the Dragon season 1.
That's hard.
I don't know, honestly, because Game of Thrones season 6 is incredible, but also House of the Dragon, like, I think it's more special watching Game of Thrones season 6 because you, like, know all these characters and you have so much time spent with them.
Yeah.
But truly now rewatching House of the Dragon, it's such an amazing single season of television.
Yeah, truly.
Feel like just because of, like, the amount of times that I've seen Game of Thrones, I would, like, probably pick that over House of the Dragon. But honestly, I feel like if you pushed for House of the Dragon, I would, like, like, I could go either way.
Yeah. I wish I could, like, remember. I mean, I do remember the feeling that both of them gave me, but I wish I could, like, measure those up against each other.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that just, like, goes to show how emotional Game of Thrones and that universe and those creators' storytelling is.
Yeah.
No, I think Game of Thrones season 6 has to win out over House of the Dragon.
Yeah. I feel like House of the Dragon, we need more of it. We need longer with it.
Yeah.
And we don't have
they
that
did
yet.
so much with so little time. Though,
yes,
truly.
they did. And then Pretty Little Liars season 1 versus Pretty Little Liars season 2.
I'm gonna have to say season 1 just because season 1 B bitch was so good.
Yeah, even with the fashion episode in season 2.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm fine with season 1 because I honestly, like, season 2 is good and everything, but it has nothing on season 3.
Yeah.
Season 3 is quite literally the best season of that show.
Season 2
and I'm
is
so
just
excited
like
to get to it.
glide between
Yeah.
1 and 3.
Yeah, so I'm fine
strong
with that.
glide. It's a strong glide.
It's strong. Season 1 of Game of Thrones versus season 3 of Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna say 3.
I would have to agree. And
Okay.
I'm assuming is Game of Thrones beating Pretty Little
Yeah.
Liars. Now, 2 of, like, the best seasons of this show.
I don't know. Look, can I go back?
Yeah, can we look up, like, memorable moments? Do you want to look up season 3 and I'll look up season 6?
I want a cheesecake something.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm fucking hungry.
And are you gonna? Do you want a snack? We can make a snack after this.
Yeah,
we'll make a
We'll
snack.
do. Sorry,
Okay.
I just baby voiced you. I will do that again.
Okay, are you ready for a rundown?
No,
of
because
season
your
6?
fucking Wi-Fi is being a chode.
Okay, well, I can look up season 3 as well. Should I just give the season 6
Yeah,
highlights right now?
go
Okay,
ahead.
season 6, Brienne pledges herself to Sansa and becomes
Lilas.
her. Yep. Jon Snow is resurrected.
Wow.
I mean, you don't really, that does nothing to you. Bran sees that vision of Ned Stark
Okay.
and, like, Jon at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Jon and Sansa's reuniting. Hodor. But again, we don't understand that shit.
Yeah, and we don't.
So.
R.I.P. But I'm gonna battle the bastard.
Oh, Cersei. The trial by combat against the people, the Septic Baelor. Is that much? Cersei is made aware that trial by combat is
yeah.
outlawed.
So yeah, she's going to the trial and she blows everybody up. That's
But that's
season
not
6.
Septic Baelor. No, I don't think so. Oh, yes, it is. Episode 10 is when Septic Baelor.
Yeah.
And then Battle of the Bastards. And then also Jaime and Brienne have a reuniting. Dany wipes out the slaves and prepares slave marine behind. Jon Snow is revealed to be the son. Oh, yeah, and then we learn that Jon Snow
I will
is
just
her.
say that I feel like Dany is better in season 3 than she is in season 6 because she does still start to turn kind of bad in the later seasons. 3rd season of Game of Thrones.
The King Beyond the Wall.
That's
okay.
that guy that looks like a video game character that Jon shoots.
And then Sir Barristan, the knight who left King's Landing, joins Dany. Marjorie is getting in with Joffrey and is becoming betrothed. And Jaime and Brienne are together, and then that's when they're captured, and then he loses his hand for her, and then he has to fight that bear, or she has to fight that bear, and then he goes back. So Jaime got his hand chopped off. Dany sacks Astapor and takes the Unsullied as her own. That's an amazing moment. Oh, Jaime and Brienne have that nice hot tub scene where he like talks about the Mad King.
Yeah, it's a really good season for Jaime and for Dany.
Yeah.
And like not really anybody else because Sansa's pretty down bad.
Yeah, because she's just with all the bad people.
Yeah, and then
King's
Arya's
Landing.
with the Hound, which is fine.
Yeah. John's with Ygritte, and that's their whole romance this season. Tywin confronts Joffrey. Oh, is that when he's like, the king needs his rest? I feel like, but like Tywin, I don't care. Oh, Sam uses the dragon glass to kill White Walker, and then we learn that. I feel like that's more of like a pivotal moment for the show, but not necessarily for like the plot of the show, but not necessarily for like audiences. I don't know. Tyrion and Sansa get married, and then we have the Red Wedding. And Misa. Oh, that's a great moment too with Dany. Oh, the honorable mention is about Bran, which is not an honorable mention here for us.
I don't know, dude. I feel like when Dany starts to go bad, the Starks start to go better. Like, Jon becomes more likable in my opinion, and then obviously Sansa's like my favorite character during season 6. But then it's like reverse in season 3 where like I like Sansa, but she's more in like the backseat, whereas Dany is like really just hitting her stride in season 3.
Yeah.
And God, it's just hard because like I know what happens with Dany's character. So maybe I don't, like I said when we were doing the rewatch series, it's tainted for me. But then also, like, does it have to be tainted? I don't know. I can't choose. What do you choose?
I think I would probably choose 6 because I like Arya's story when she's with the Faceless Men. That's my favorite season for Jon and Sansa's storyline. I love them taking back Winterfell, something that the Starks have lost since the beginning, and seeing Starks reunited back there. And I do think it's one of Sansa's best seasons. At least with Dany, I think this is the season when like Ser Jorah like gets kicked off for a while, but at least she still has Missandei and Grey Worm, which are like her 2 core people, which I love those 2 characters. I love those 2 characters. Is this the season when they get it on, or is that season 7?
I thought it was 7. They're like a slow burn.
Yeah, they are, but at least they're in the show. Like I know season 3 they both join the show, but that's like towards the end when she gets the Unsullied. So I like both of them. I love the Scepter of Baelor exploding and Cersei. Even though I hate her, but seeing her come out on top like she always does. And R.I.P. to Marjorie, but that is a great death. And then seeing Tommen like flop out that window, like that's like burned in my brain.
Yeah.
And Brienne being with Sansa finally. I don't know. I'd say I would probably choose 6.
Yeah.
But season 3 is amazing. Like I'd say those are probably 2 of the best seasons. I mean, obviously they're like our 2 favorites of the show.
Season 6 comes out on top at the end of the day, but season 3 close second. Yay!
Winner! Game of Thrones season 6
what
is
a
the
great
best thing.
year.
We've honestly covered a lot of good shit this year. So
it was a great year. Big rewatch year.
Yeah.
So just a couple questions to like wrap up this year of Popcorn Chats. What was kind of like your favorite stuff of the year? Not necessarily that we like covered on the podcast, but was there any like TV or movies that you saw this year that like just really stood out to you?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I think House of the Dragon, I think, is my biggest standout of the year. But I mean, obviously we covered that and we've kind of already talked about that, but truly that is like the standout thing that I've watched this year. That I just absolutely loved. And otherwise, like I've been watching like a lot of reality TV in the time that I'm not watching things for the pod. So I feel like I've been watching Real Housewives of Orange County, which I'm loving. I just got through a season where one of the boyfriends of one of the ladies faked cancer. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I'm enjoying watching that, but like even like Survivor, these past 3 seasons have not been. I mean, Winners at War wasn't even like, that was a botched season because all like my favorite people got voted out early, and then all the new school people were like, we made it to the end because we're better, and it's like, no, you made it to the end because everyone was like, oh, I'll keep you around because they quite literally suck compared to like all the better people. I honestly can't even think back to what I all watched this year. either. I
know,
need to
I'm
start
like-
keeping track. Like, I keep track of everything that I read in a year, and I need to keep, like, a watch journal of everything that I watch.
I know, we need to have letterboxed accounts.
Yes. And probably Bridgerton season 2. I'd say Bridgerton and House of the Dragon are probably my 2 favorite things that I look back on. And I'm like, I really loved watching those. But I mean, I could go to my watch history. But again, I like to rewatch things. I don't really even remember seeing a bunch of stuff in theaters this year.
Did we see the new Scream movie?
I can't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the killer was, so I do want to like actually rewatch that.
Yeah. For me, it was a lot of like TV shows that I got into this year. I really liked High School, the Tegan and Sarah docu-series, fictionalized like reenactment based on their autobiography. But it's super good. Also Sex Lives of College Girls I'm really into right now. I love Renee. Yeah, you would like it. I love Renee Rapp. I think she's like the next big thing.
There's a lot like on my watch list that I want to watch. Like I want to watch Killing Eve, and I want to get back into Handmaid's Tale because I'm still in season 2 of that. But that show is just so heavy, and like when the world is so heavy, it's hard to watch it.
I know. I haven't watched the new season of Handmaid's Tale either. It's like also I Want You Back. Did you watch that?
No.
With that guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Jenny Slate.
Glass Onion. Have you watched that yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched that. That was good.
Yeah.
So I'll say that I really enjoyed that.
Oh my god,
That's
Everything
one that we did
Everywhere
cover.
All at Once was super good.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No.
It's really good. You should watch it. Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi like album cartoon film. Super fucking good. Did Bodies come out this year?
I think so.
That was pretty fine. No Exit I watched on Hulu, and that was a heart pounder.
Oh yeah, Bodies. I want to watch that.
Turning Red.
Is it scary?
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
You'd be fine.
Okay, because I do want to see that.
Yeah, Turning Red was super good. Love that Disney
I'm shocked
movie.
you liked it.
It was
You don't
so-
like Disney.
Never gonna let, never stand by your side, your side, your side.
I still haven't watched that one yet.
It's so good. You would love it.
I liked Encanto. Did you watch Encanto?
Yeah, Encanto was good. Yeah. Damn, this doesn't all feel like one year.
No. Did you watch Disenchanted?
I couldn't get through it.
Not that good.
That was botched.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, I love you, Amy Adams, but
yeah.
like she did great in it, but it was just not. It was fine, but I will never watch it again.
Right. What
So
the
many
fuck is
movies came out
Titanic
this year.
666.
Are you gonna watch the new Avatar movie?
Yeah, if I can get to the theater in time.
They're only showing it in 3D at our Marcus here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's gonna make me have a headache.
Right? Oh, Death on the Nile came out this year. That seems like it came out so long ago. That was kind of disappointing. I mean, it was like fine, but it like wanted to be Knives Out so bad.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't. I think you'll like Glass Onion though.
Yeah.
I still think like after I finished it and I sat on it, like I literally sat there for a while and just kind of like thought about the 2 movies as a whole. And I do still think that I like Knives Out better, but I think Knives Out is like a pretty close to perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like it would be really hard to top it.
I was watching A Christmas Carol the other night, and I was like, this is an example of like a nearly perfect film.
Yeah. Did
Like-
you watch The Grinch this year?
Of course. Of course. My mom was shushing us the entire time. It was like, if you're not talking through this entire thing, then what are you doing?
I was gonna say we've all seen it enough times.
Right,
To
like
know what's
you're
going
fine.
on here.
I feel like, oh, I saw that new Father of the Bride. That wasn't that good.
New Father of the Bride. What's that?
Or it's Father of the Bride, but it's like a remake of an older film.
Because I love like with Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I love
that one,
and
yeah.
I love Father of the Bride too.
Yeah, it's like, don't remake shit like that.
Not when it's already like great. That's why certain things should never. The Grinch, we don't ever need another Grinch. That
No.
Grinch is quite literally perfect.
But they did redo it, remember?
Yeah,
With Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, it unnecessary.
No.
You don't need to do that.
No, thank you.
There are certain movies and certain songs. No one should ever sing "All I Want for Christmas" again. That simply is just Mariah Carey's song, and it's dumb to ever think that you would be better than her at that song. So,
You liked Elvis, didn't you?
oh, I did like Elvis. I forgot that came out this year.
Thor: Love and Thunder was absolute trash.
I didn't watch it.
I don't know why I did.
I like Ragnarok.
Okay.
That was like a fun viewing experience.
Okay.
But no, I haven't watched Love and Thunder.
I'm never not by your side, your side, your side. Yeah, let's
that's
just
kind of everything.
have that be the end. What about like people in the industry? Any like actors, directors, writers, anybody that you feel like had a really good year that's like standing out to you?
Can you go first?
Yeah, I mean, we had some big returns to Hollywood. Miss Lindsay Lohan and Miss Jennifer Lawrence both kind of made, I mean, Jennifer had her stint in Don't Look Up end of last year, but still, like, this was her kind of returning to the industry. But I feel like Zendaya had another great year this year. She's kind of been laying low since the wrapping of season 2, but she's been doing Dune. Greta Gerwig, I know she didn't come out with anything this year, but I'm really highly anticipating Barbie in 2023. I'm super fucking excited about that. I just watched Little Women last night, and obviously outstanding film. Yeah, and then Renee Rapp, I mentioned her earlier. She's in Sex Lives of College Girls. She originated the role of Regina George on Broadway for Mean Girls. And yeah, now she's in that show, and that show is taking off. And then she's also like an undercover pop icon. Her songs are really fucking good, and because she has that big, belty Broadway voice, it's like, this bitch can fucking sing, and you can like see clips of her like when she's singing live, and it's like, holy shit, she can hit that. So yeah, and she's queer, so we love it. So I think she's having a good year. Mr. Chalamet had another great year. He had Bones and All this year. He's always doing great.
I remember like back to Bridgerton, but I remember like when the show was coming out and some of the younger Bridgerton children, all of their TikToks of like the entire family on set and just that cast as a whole, like I enjoy them. I feel like they haven't really done a lot outside of that show this year, but I'm highly anticipating season 3 and like focusing on Penelope and Colin next season. So I guess like I like all of them, like I enjoy them as a whole, and I'm excited to see more from them. I really loved the House of the Dragon cast as well, like Emma Darcy and who plays Alicent? What is her name? Whoever plays Alicent. I loved both of them. I also thought young Rhaenyra and young Alicent were really great. So I would love to see them in more. I hope that this is like a launching point for the both of them, and also for the what that's gonna bother me what her name is, because it's literally on the tip of my tongue. Where Emma Darcy hasn't done a lot of like bigger roles, and I don't know if they want to, but I would love to see more. Also Matt Smith. I'm such a hoe for a guy who's like kind of ugly, but that like makes him hot. Olivia Cook plays Alicent, and I know that she's been in more, but yeah, I guess would like to see more. Honestly, like movie wise, I don't think that there's been like a standout movie in my mind of this entire year. One that I've seen that I'm like, that is a new favorite of mine. I'm glad that Miles Teller had his moment this year with Top Gun, but I just think that the Elvis creators really fucked up. Like I think that Austin Butler did a great job, but I think they really fucked up not having Miles Teller in that role, because that would have been amazing to have that movie coming out at the same time as Top Gun Maverick. Obviously with the pandemic, like Top Gun was not supposed to be out this year, but that would have just been like magic for them. But I am glad that Miles Teller was back on the screen this year. Glad that Jennifer Lawrence made her comeback. I do miss you, Shailene. I would love to see you in something next year in another project. Now that you're not dating flop Aaron Rodgers anymore.
His hair is so botched.
He's crusty.
I was like, put that helmet back on. That fucking sloppy, moppy thingamabob.
He's literally trashy.
It looks like a dead ferret.
Yeah.
Drowned, harassed, dead ferret laying across your fucking scalp.
You're nasty.
You need Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
He does so badly.
Someone help that man.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I didn't really have any movies this year that I was like obsessed with or like loving. So I don't know. I guess I don't really have any like writers that wrote something. I guess I really liked Glass Onion. That's only a couple days old, fresh off that watch, but I love Rian Johnson. And I mean, he made one of the best Star Wars movies, and I will fight you on that. And then Knives Out was pretty perfect, and Glass Onion was really good. And I love Janelle Monáe in it. She was amazing. The James Bond guy was great. Catherine Hahn was awesome in it. Kate Hudson was amazing.
Lots of good friends.
Yeah.
Cheers to 3 years.
Cheers to 3 years, bitch.
We're doing it.
I'm proud of us.
Me too.
Go us.
Go us. For real, for real.
Who knows what next year shall bring?
Yeah. We got more rewatches. We're going to continue Pretty Little Liars, rewatch New film releases from Greta Gerwig, as I said.
We're gonna have to cover Barbie.
Yeah.
I'm
Lots
so
of
excited for that.
new things coming out this year. Obviously, like cinema is fully back, so that's super exciting. And we will just be covering things. I do want to cover Megan, the movie about the doll.
Is that gonna be scary? Is it in theaters or is it a?
It's gonna be in theaters, I think, January 6th.
But like, can I watch it at home?
Yeah, I'm trying to watch it.
Let's see. Because if we can, mostly just because of the puns. And also just the time. It just takes time. It's mostly about time.
When is it?
Horror, sci-fi. Love that.
If you guys have things that you want us to cover, let us know, and we will try and prioritize that. Thank you so much for listening to us for another year, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, Lilas.
Lilas.